Good morning. I'm back to my regular coffee, which is delicious. Blackbeard's Delight from Black Rifle Coffee. We're slowly getting less and less of that, and we're heading toward that glorious Ubora Rwanda coffee, which we shall get again. Recently in our lives, we've had a little bit of drama, and there has been a little bit of research done because of that drama. And I've always been kind of a straightforward guy. Just tell the truth, let the chips fall where they may. Sometimes I change people's minds. Sometimes my mind has changed. Until this recent drama, I've never had to do the research. And to be honest, my wife has done most of that research and has shared it with me, and we watched some videos on it. And there's this thing called DARVO, Deny, Attack, Reverse Victim Order. And I didn't realize this. I intuited a lot of it, but I didn't realize that there was a actual name for this tactic. And it is a common tactic that political activists use. Also narcissists, I've come to learn. So, deny. If you're in an argument with someone, first you deny the facts that are presented by the person you're in an argument with. And then you attack the person. I'm not sure that you should be attacking a person when you're doing an exchange of ideas. Attack the idea with an argument that's better than theirs. That's what you should probably do. Reverse the victim order. So there's 3 steps here. Deny, attack, and reverse the victim order. And this is a very common one in politics. I'm not trying to raise taxes, you are. Well, turns out in our political system they both are. Anyway, from a low-level political situation, I've experienced this. And it is not a fun thing to experience. The idea that you walk up to somebody or you express to somebody that they're doing something they shouldn't be doing, and then you walk away thinking, for example, you walk up to somebody and you say, you need to stop kicking stones from your yard to my yard. And if they immediately employ this tactic, they would say, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not kicking stones from my yard to your yard. You're being ridiculous. This is something that you're doing because you don't like me and we've never gotten along. They attack you. So first they denied it, then they attacked you. And then you find yourself defending yourself because they're going to say something along the lines, and if you don't keep your stones and your rocks out of my yard, I'm going to call the police. Reverse the victim order. Now they're the victim. I keep seeing it now over and over again, especially with this one individual. And it is amazing. By the way, my co-host today's name is Bagheera. I've been told not to call him Baggy on camera, so I'll stop calling Baggy on camera. From now on, it's Bagheera. That's his official stage name. Bagheera is the co-host. I just keep seeing this over and over again, and I'm having trouble keeping a straight face when that person does it, because it's hilarious. Once you've seen it, you can't unseen it. I'm doing a lot of review and reassessment of a lot of things concerning that situation. And I keep having to stop myself from chuckling in the face of the person that does this. Now I don't have a lot to do with that person anymore. But there it is. I'm not. It's amazing to me once you see what is the saying? Once you see things, you can't unsee them. I can't remember specifically. Deny, attack, reverse victim order. It's
Reverse victim and offender.
Reverse victim and offender.
Yes.
So the offender, thanks Peanut Gallery, the offender becomes the victim, and the victim becomes the offender. So, holy crap. You just, once you've seen this tactic, you'll be amazed how often people utilize it. I don't know if they're doing it on purpose. I don't know if they have just become accustomed.
Learn it on CNN.
If they learn it on CNN. If they just become accustomed to doing it and getting results, so, positive reinforcement, you just continue to do it. But after the wife found it, she showed it to me. She said, "How often do you see this?" And wow, really often. It is amazing. We've gone into a deep dive on some other subjects as well, narcissism, and I kind of had some research about ego. I can't look at everybody in life and think that everyone's a narcissist. I just can't. If I go through life like that, it's going to be an odd life. So I don't want to be the guy that goes around psychoanalyzing everybody, but this particular situation really forced our hand into this realm of psychological evaluation.
Warfare.
I'm not going to war with anybody.
They are.
I offered to mic you anyway. So these people you have to disengage from. We watched a very famous psychologist, Jordan Peterson, and we watched a few of his speeches or presentations. Actually listened to more than watched, and everything he said fell right in line with this situation. So we've had to reframe how we're going about this. And it's very healthy for us to reframe this situation. It's more healthy for us than for the other people involved, and it's definitely healthier for our community. So as we move forward with what we're working on, we've had to reframe it. And I'm glad, because I don't want to be at war with anybody. A true warrior prepares for the worst and works for the best, which is peace. And as far as that goes, I'm not a warrior. I'm just a bald guy with a scraggly beard trying to do his best for himself and his family and his community. And that includes a good cup of coffee. I don't know if I should keep these short or make them long. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Or don't. Either way, I'm going to keep talking to this foolish setup, which now has the light attached, because I've been told that my lighting sucks, and I thought I'd give the built-in light a chance. I'll tell you this, it's absolutely blinding. I think it's a miracle that we don't walk around having help newscasters and, oh wait, what are they called? Content providers find their way because they're blind from staring into a light all the time. I won't be doing that but once a day. But this light follows you around with the camera. So, if I don't seem to be looking into the lens as much, it's because there's a bright ass light blinding me. Anyway, that's DARVO. Deny, attack, reverse victim order. Watch for it. It's amazing how often you'll see it. I am absolutely astounded how often, not just in this situation, but in any political discussion. I'm an old Rush Limbaugh fan. I stopped listening to him in his latter years because I just, you grow, and as you grow, you move in and out of situations and in and out of ideas. And I grew out of that idea. But I used to be a huge Rush Limbaugh fan, and he does get credit. Hey, dude, you're being a jerk this morning. He gets credit for really kicking talk radio to the next level. I got distracted by the cat who was trying to eat my BP cuff, a sphygmometer, and
Show off.
and now I can't remember my track of thought. DARVO. Rush Limbaugh. Wow, I really do ramble. Welcome to Rambling with Joe. Thinking about starting my greeting like that. Just so people know that I'm quite the rambler. Oh, I remember. Anyway, Rush Limbaugh had a few sayings that he loved to do. One of them, if you're in the middle, things that stand in the middle of the road tend to get run over. So pick a side. He was talking about Democrats or Republicans. Turns out that's not true. It's one of the reasons I grew away from him. I ended up being a libertarian. But another thing that he often said is when you have a weak argument, attack. He wasn't saying that about himself. He was saying that about most of his opponents, which I learned fairly quickly they were doing. I noticed that if you do have a weak argument, a lot of times the left, the liberals, will start attacking you personally. It's one of the reasons I don't think I could ever adhere to the politics of the left. If you have a weak argument, either change your argument or accept your opponent's argument as better than yours. Fairly simple. Or you could use DARVO. Deny your opponent's argument. Attack your opponent. And reverse the victim order. So, I see that constantly now. I am absolutely amazed about it. And after listening to Peterson's dialogue on narcissism, I feel like I'm fairly well enlightened. A lot of people don't like Jordan Peterson. I think he's a fine fella. Well, that sounded country, didn't it? I think Jordan Peterson was put in a bad situation because the powers that be were over him in a political sense. So, because they disagreed with him, he ended up where he is now, which, as far as I can tell, is a much better place than where he was. But his psychological talks are sound, as far as I can tell. I agree with a lot of his politics, some of it not so much, but his psychological talks are sound. My phone had 28% when I started this video. So if I get cut off, who can I blame? I don't want to blame myself. Let's see. We're going to use DARVO. There's absolutely nothing wrong with my phone. The battery's perfectly fine. The problem is Apple. Apple did not make the batteries hold enough of a charge. You know what? Apple is at fault here. It's obvious. I'm a victim of Apple. Or I just forgot to charge my phone last night. At any rate, DARVO, watch for it. Watch the people around you. And if they deny, attack, and reverse victim order, there's one sure way to fix it. Absolutely one sure way to fix it. And that is to establish a boundary and defend that boundary with vigor. And most importantly, walk away. Because people who are not being rational and who are using this technique against you do not have what's best for you at heart. An interaction with that person should be very limited. That's what it is. Anyway, I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a good cup of coffee. I hope you find peace, love, and I really hope you dream. Until next time, I'll see you then.